Well, good morning, everyone. It's Friday. And before we go any further, let me remind you, especially if you attend Saddleback Church Laguna Woods, that we're back in Clubhouse 5 this Sunday at both 9 and 11. Because the last two Sundays, we were in Clubhouse 2. It was Christmas and then New Year's Day. But now we're back to our normal place and time. So I sure hope you'll join us. Be a great day of worship. Hey, we're finishing up our week on beginnings, and I hope this has been a blessing to you. I hope you've made some New Year's resolutions. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I shared with you a couple of mine, and I love to hear from you, what you are, so I can support you and pray for you. But it's a time of new beginnings, and the Bible's always been full of that. On Monday, we talked about Adam and Eve as they left the Garden of Eden. They had what? A new beginning. And then Noah and his family, as they left the ark, what did they have? A new beginning. You know, the Bible's full of new beginnings. You have a new beginning when you pray to receive Christ, and your Bible calls it born again. It's a fresh new beginning. Well, I want to read today, and I promise you that on Friday we would talk about the most important and biggest new beginning in all of the Bible. And we're going to do that right now, because at the very end of the Bible, of all things, it talks about a new beginning. And this is the most important new beginning of all. So we read about the end, and you have to have an end to have a new beginning, don't you? The end comes in Revelation chapter 20. And it comes at the very end of the 1,000-year reign of Jesus Christ right here on earth. That's called the millennium. And so Jesus, after the tribulation, he's going to set up his kingdom here on earth. And Revelation 20 talks about those 1,000 years. But down at verse 7, it says this: when the 1,000 years are ended, Satan will be released from his prison and will go out to deceive the nations in the four corners of the earth, to gather them for battle. You see, during those 1,000 years, people keep being born, and many of those don't turn to Jesus, even when he is reigning, even when he is the leader, even when he is the ruler of those 1,000 years. In number, they are like the sand of the seashore, and these are all the people that are rebelling against Jesus. They marched across the breadth of the earth and surrounded the camp of God's people, the city he loves. Look bad. Very, very many people, and this is future, but it will happen, because the Bible is always true in its predictions, always. And it says, but the fire came down from heaven and devoured them. The devil who deceived those people was thrown into the lake of burning fire, where the beast and the false prophet had already been thrown. And they will be tormented day and night forever and ever. And if anyone's name was not found written in the book of life, he also was thrown into the lake of fire. So that's the end. That's the end of this earth as we know it, with sin being dealt with. That's the justice of God prevailing on all of mankind. And the end is not pretty. I'm sorry, but that's those who were deceived by Satan will be sent to torment with him. But he did say it was only those whose name was not found written in the book of life. But here's the new beginning, chapter 21 of the book of Revelation. It's often read at memorial services for people, because this is the ultimate future for all those who follow Christ. It says, then, so after those things that happened, then Chapter 21, verse 1. I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for that first heaven and first earth had passed away. And I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. And I heard a loud voice saying from the throne, boy, and here it comes. Now the dwelling of God is with men, and he will live with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there'll be no more death, no pain or crying or mourning. The old order of things had passed away. And the new order of things, the new beginning for earth. Everything is restored, sin is taken away, and it's a fresh new beginning. And so do you see, I don't think you have to be a real theologian to see why I would say this is the most important and biggest new beginning of all time and of all the Bible. Why? Do you see it? Because this new beginning that I just read is the beginning of eternity. Forever and ever, this will stay the same. That those who were not cast into the lake of fire, whose names were written in the book of life, will enjoy this new beginning for eternity to come. And that will be the dwelling place of mankind and the dwelling place of God. And those two, us, we will all dwell together with him, with Jesus, who has returned to earth. And the new Jerusalem has come down and is settled into earth. And we've talked in other shows about that and what that's going to be like. And I would refer you back to those, because that new Jerusalem is going to be, well, it really is beyond human description. John did his best to describe it, but it is huge. This beginning, because it's future, there's still time to make that be a part of your future. And I hope you will. Here's how you get your name in the book of life. You just make Jesus your Lord, the leader of your life, and you live your life for him rather than for yourself. Now, you don't have to worry about changes in your life, because God will help you make any changes that need to be made. But you do need, in faith, need to place your faith in him. Now, even at the end time, we just read that during that 1,000-year reign of Christ, even at the end, there's many people who just fail to do that. That their pride just will not allow them to put anyone else on the throne of their life other than themselves. I just plead with you to not make that mistake right now. Because right now God gives us free will. And he asks us, what will you do with my son, Jesus? Because you see, God will never force you to live with him. He loves you too much. I mean, that would be like hell if in fact you didn't want to spend your eternity with Jesus. Then to be forced to do that wouldn't be right. And God does not do that. He does not force you to do that. So I just encourage you. All you have to do is bow your head, pray, and give your life to Jesus, that makes sense and you want to do it. God bless. I just ask you to consider and pray. You don't need me. You just pray to God directly yourself. Hey, we'll see you Monday. We're going to have another great week together. Can't wait. See you then. Bye.
And I won't worry about tomorrow.